Well, it's been just 6 days since we've had the Z, and still chilling in the parking lot behind us. In that time, we have just been trying to formulate a plan for what we want to do with it. Did some digging around and got it running. The previous owner was not a car guy at all. One of his buddies told him it had what he thought was a valve cover gasket issue. They replaced the valve cover gasket. The car was, this is speculation, but probably was driving at the time and then quit running. And it's either lost a head gasket or it has stacked some ring lands up, got a piston, something. I'd have to go through the numbers to see, but on the driver's side, we have two cylinders that were, one cylinder definitely about 30 PSI of compression. On the passenger side, one that was 20. We just took a few minutes and cleaned some stuff up, pressure washed it. I bought a fan shroud off eBay and got a couple of things going. It's kind of a bummer, but you know what? It's just part of it. I was hoping to have a good stock running engine to give us a benchmark for the car. But you know, hey, it is what it is. So if you'll bear with me for a second. As you can see, still haven't got a haircut, haven't shaved. Everybody keeping us busy, so we're very, very grateful for that. I'll excuse our mess. We'll get to the Z here soon, but the 2J CD009 78 or 77 model. I have to check with my brother, think about it. But anyway, here is what we have. This is a later model. I got to run some numbers on it, and I'm new to the Z world. So the VG30, these are a true top feed injector, not the side feed with the top return like on the 86. But this is a low mileage takeout engine. Really good friend of mine hooked me up with this, and I am very grateful for that. It is going to make for it. Man, just look how nice. I mean, all the hoses are still nice and pliable. All the factory clamps still in place. I mean, just the finish like on the hardware on the injectors. This is going to be a great one. So what our plans are, go over here to the table of parts. So I've just picked up in anticipation of needing it, just a simple 6-puck sprung disc clutch. I don't know if it's a metallic or a ceramic finish, or surface, but hopefully it won't be too insane to drive around for the light mods we got. But got a Deechworks 340 pump to go in the tank, fresh set of plugs, Asian thermostat, water pump, timing belt kit. Got some goodies there to get, you know, make sure this engine's happy when it goes in, and we'll be starting with a great platform to do our testing. I'm going to refresh the stock turbo once it comes off. I do want to give a sneak peek as to what is coming after that. This is our generically going to call it our stage 1 right now. We'll come up with a name for it, but this turbo is going to showcase the absolute perfect application for stock injectors, stock mass airflow, a good healthy stock engine with some basic supporting mods. We'll figure that out as we go. Because I'm new to this car and this platform, it's obviously a learning curve, but we want to see what we can get for you guys that is a truly custom factory replacement turbo that solves for as much power as the healthy stock electronics will support. It will also grow with you as you update things like if you want to do larger injectors, NIS tune, different MAF, intercooler, downpipe exhaust, all that stuff. I've got solutions for that in the works. David and I have been actually really excited about this because, like I said, this is going to be a very serious project for us, and it's going to be 100% focused on delivering you guys a solution that nobody else has addressed yet. But you're going to get to see it here first. So this is our simple stage 1 billet compressor wheel that we use in the 84-85 Buick hot air turbos, and it serves us very well in that platform. On the 3.8 V6, we've got guys that have consistently dipped into the low 12s on this compressor wheel. It's not some crazy point milled, it's a very budget conscious wheel, but it just takes the standard architecture and just brings a couple little modern touches to it. It's a thin hub, so it's got a little less surface area, or gains blade area. We've changed the blade progression ever so slightly, but it is a 100% drop-in wheel. The other side of the turbo gets a little bit more exciting. It has our, see if I can get you in the light here. It's got our 5+5. So it's a split blade turbine wheel, still stock size, but it is, in the Buick, it drops quite a bit of exhaust drive pressure. It really frees up the turbine side of the turbo without the lag associated with like a stage 3 T3 high flow or even a stage 2. Those are kind of antiquated. They're not horrible turbine wheels, but they are definitely dated. I'll pull one over. So these are some Buick upgrades we've got going together. T3 high flow. This wheel has been around for a long time. It's just shy of 57 millimeter exducer and works well, but it's fairly laggy in the Z31 platform. So a lot of people go to the stage 2, which drops this down to like a 54 millimeter exducer, and it is better, but it's still not the answer. So what we're doing in the Buick world, we go to our 9-bladed turbine wheel. It has quite a bit less mass and a little bit better blade architecture. This wheel works really well, but it's, let's cut right to the chase. It's capable of producing well over 550 flywheel horsepower. So it's still going to be a little laggy on the Z31 without supporting like higher compression, camshaft, stuff like that. That's not our assignment right now. Our assignment right now is to come up with the best we can for entry-level mods on these cars. And entry-level mods I consider being not opening up the engine. We want to do fuel system, exhaust, air intake, just efficiency stuff, things that you can bolt on. And then obviously go into injectors, computer, airflow meters, all that. So I think right now what our plan is we're going to try to well, actually, we're not going to try. We're just going to put a stock turbo back on this engine, get the car going, get a baseline. The car does have a straight piped exhaust, the catalytic converter. I'll show you all that later. It was stopped up completely. You couldn't even see through it, much less the car cranked up. It sounded like it had a stock exhaust on it, and with no muffler on there, that was a big red flag right off the bat. So what we're going to do is basically just work into as close to a stock platform as we can generate here. It's going to have an air filter and quote unquote an exhaust. It's not an exhaust system. It's just no cat, no muffler. So it's going to sound like a log truck or a Mercruiser boat, whatever you want to call it. But it is what it is at this point. But what that's going to do is we're going to put it on the hub dyno, and we're going to evaluate air fuel ratio, compressor discharge temperatures, exhaust drive pressure. Basically, let's put all the information we can right out there and into public eye. If you're a data nerd, you're going to love this, because like in my world of tuning and racing and building turbos for 2,000 plus horsepower cars on the regular, data is the only way we make this work. Stabbing at it blindly is not an option. So even though this is a simple 250 horsepower car, we're going to treat it just like we would one of our full-blown, drag cars. And the data that we get will be the absolute benchmark of information that we need to provide the next logical step with the project. So we know we're going to run out of fuel. The pump's going to help, obviously, but I think next step we're we're discussing just putting a NIS tune on the car to start off with and go to a reasonable sized injector that ECU platform will tolerate. That is probably the most logical step. Or I've got a Haltech sitting here that, just because, not dissing the NIS tune at all, what I can do with the Haltech, I can still put an injector in there that the NIS tune will be happy with. I can still pull through a mass airflow sensor, so we're not, falsifying information or airflow, there. But the Haltech will allow me to obviously grab data more efficiently than using the NIS tune and then hooking up a bunch of sensors through an external data logger on the dyno. So we'll cross that bridge a little bit more in depth. I want to be as realistic as I can with what you guys are going to do in the real world with these cars. I know a lot of people aren't going to have full standalone budgets. Some of you guys will obviously have that as as just a given, but let's like I said, I'm gonna be very, very budget minded at first to showcase what you can do without going crazy on spending money, because I know the car has a ton of potential. So anyway, I'm gonna quit rambling. I'll leave you with the our website's gonna have some stuff up on stock rebuilds and also our stage 1 upgrade. We're gonna try to back it with some data, but later on down the road, we're gonna do, like, here's a hot air Buick. It's simple stage 3 with our 60 trim compressor. We've got a 57 turbine with the 9 blade and our 58 millimeter swept blade compressor. That's one option. That's all for the stock location Buick. Our flagship turbo for the first level of upgrades is the 5857. This is an 11 blade GTX style wheel that works really well with water meth and E85. But these are just some of the things that we do for the Buick. Our stage 1, so billet compressor wheel, stage 1 turbine, we're going to offer that for the Z as well, because this is hot air Buick and the Z share the same rotor group, so this is a no-brainer for us because it's already proven it works very well. But with that being said, I said I was leaving you, I wasn't going to ramble anymore, but we'll finish on this. I'm going to have to come up with custom solutions for the Z in terms of rotor group sizing. Like I said, the stage 3 or the 57 millimeter turbine wheel is a little large for most street guys, and the compressor wheel, obviously a 58 millimeter compressor wheel is not going to work real well in the small AR compressor cover. So we're going to engineer a wheel rotor group that is going to target what I would say is the max effort bolt-on car with maybe NIS tune injectors and a pump and an intercooler, but we're also going to satisfy for lesser upgrades as well. We're going to, from a completely 100% stock car that just needs a turbo rebuild, but he wants something better, faster response, better efficiency, less tendency for detonation, octane tolerance, all that stuff we'll definitely address first. So that's job 1 for us, is to bring something really awesome to the to the table for y'all guys. But hey, I appreciate y'all listening to me ramble and putting up with our excitement level of 10 right now on this car. But this has been a long time coming, and we're going to push it forward and make it happen for y'all. So stay tuned, and more's coming. Y'all have a good day.